With my prize secured, I made my escape. Another worthless trinket in hand. Yet another vow to myself to get myself out of this business for good. It won't be difficult to get this old radio working. I know a trader who might be willing to do it for me, maybe even pay to take it off my hands. Of course, nothing's ever that easy. My ride is running low on gas, and the closest place I'll find any is deep in gang territory. I'll wait for nightfall before I go in. Maybe I'll have a tinker with this radio.
What was all that about?
I guess we got the radio working. So yes, this is basically a nighttime raid on a raider compound in order to get gas, because bike's not going to go anywhere without gas. Now again, that's a plot element. The in-game motorcycle has no such limitation, but, you know, this game has a story and we're being driven by it. It's a story that can, should you so choose, be wholly ignored. But it does sort of create the context for why we are where we are and what we're doing there. Yeah, the truck stop is our destination. Yes, rendering vehicles in the ZDOOM engine is a little, rough. I mean, it's a car, it looks like a car. An incredibly boxy car that sticks up from the level geometry, but again, you know, the art design is fine, it's fantastic in places. It's just an issue of technical limitations. Honestly, something like this is like a mod for, you know, like a Fallout engine game. I mean, I'm not making any suggestions per se, I'm just musing. Then probably no one would complain about, like, dated visuals. Of course, making a mod for a Fallout... Here's the thing. It's a point of accessibility. Modding something like ZDOOM is, depending on what you're trying to do with it, substantially easier than trying to work with newer games with heavier assets. And honestly, I'd rather a mod be made in an engine that's more limiting and have the opportunity to experience someone's creative work than have somebody basically be like, I can't make it in, like, a modern engine because it'll take too much effort, so I'm just not going to bother. That's ammo. Zeno? That's an alien playing guitar. Okay, game. Oh no, I know you were behind me. Surprised at that range he didn't go for a melee. Okay, ammo's getting a little short on that. One of the problems with fighting mutants as opposed to thug enemies is, of course, mutants don't use guns, which means they don't drop ammo. So you're more dependent upon scavenging ammo in the level. And I know some of the secret locations in this game. As I stated before, I'm not aware of all of them. There's gotta be more rooms on the first floor, right? Nope, guess not. Well, can't have two rooms on top of each other. Not in ZDOOM engine. Granted, in Total Chaos, Wadaholic managed to spiral staircases and so forth using the Duke Nukem strategy of, like, a sneaky teleport that you don't, like, perceive, that actually takes you to a different part of the map to create the illusion of a sort of contiguous staircase with, obviously, if it's a spiral, levels on top of each other. I mean, I honestly have an enormous amount of respect for anybody who can, like, cobble together a realistic, or at least a modernistic experience from these old game engines. Because these game engines themselves were sort of born from trying to create a 3D experience when the technology just couldn't deliver, it wasn't there yet. Because as far as Doom in-game is concerned, it's all 2D, but yet that's not what we perceive. It was the same for Wolfenstein. The computer was mapping a flat map, but yet we perceive it as a three-dimensional environment.
Eat his flesh. Yeah.
I don't know, maybe it's not just Doom pathfinding, maybe they were just programmed to be really spazzy and jank so that they're harder to hit. If that's the case, it worked. Baking is not a hobby, it's a survival skill. Okay, well, cooking is not a hobby, it's a survival skill. There are very few things that human beings can eat raw. Baking specifically references a particular type of cooking meant for particular foods. You better go down to 3 shots. Okay, since I want to pop shot these guys, this is going to be a shotgun job. Seriously? Not in one hit? I must have rolled low on the damage for that one. Oh, no, you too! Being tankier than usual, you're soaking up all my bullets. Bullets ain't cheap. Least of all in the post-apocalypse. Not like anybody's gonna be manufacturing more of them. Unless you get that Walking Dead thing where he's like crimping entirely different rounds into new ammunition. Oh, that's a vent. Oh. Armor shards. But you guys will go down in one hit. That's good to know. So, a word of warning about your lantern. A lot of this might seem dark, right? But the thing is, we can, or at least I can, still see. Your lantern has a limited charge and is recharged by sunlight. It's the middle of night. You ain't recharging your lantern, because I know of no alternative aside from having it out in the sun. There will be environments where it is absolutely utter blackness. That is where you need to save your lamp for. If you can vaguely, remotely see what you're looking at, don't waste the lantern. Oh. 400. Group this large? Yeah, no, I'm not taking chances. Shotgun. You are a tough one. Either that or I was getting really bad rolls on my damage there. Super energy, the little cute caco demon. Well, it's a tomato that's made to look like it, and we're in big fucking burgers. That's a vent. Go into it. Was this the Hunger Games reference? It is. I don't know. There are a bunch of references to, like, pop culture stuff in here. It's a bit random. And we get the jackhammer. This game's less effective version of the chainsaw, and it's less effective for 2 reasons. One, it causes knockback, which actually knocks enemies out of its sort of effective hit area, and it has a limited amount of fuel. Unlike Doom's infinite use chainsaw. That's acid they're spewing at me. That's a Doom zombie's head in a cooking pot. Because in addition to the vultures or bugs or whatever the basic... Thank God it's Friday. In addition to the basic, and we have seen cannibals in this environment. Okay, time for some door fighting. Door helps keep the enemies funneled. Oh, he missed the door. Area clear. Area clear. Yeah, some of the difficulties are more survival-oriented, where resources are much more at a premium. So you either have to make more extensive use of your melee options, or just avoid fights completely. But that's a bit less interesting to have me skulking around and not fully exploring the levels. What was it I needed to come in here for? That's right, the blue key card. Oh, I figured my shotgun would need reloading. Guess not. I think I can jump through this window. Yep. Alright. I want to get the gang guys to fight these guys, get a little infighting going on.
Eat his flesh.
There we go, there's the infighting. Firepower through rapidity of fire. Whereas if you think the Glock in this game can dump its magazine pretty quickly, wait till you see the submachine gun. I guess the cannibals came from door number 1. And we know the gang guys came from door number 2 here. Oh, and this is funny. Cigarettes are men Cubo. Real cute.
Hey!
I know there was something in here. Ah, there's the sneaky little door. Some extra pipe bombs for our trouble. And I'm running a little low on lamp and revolver, so I guess we're going to be using the Glock and lamp. Now, for those of you who are uninitiated, and yet you think you are initiated, you know, the Dunning-Kruger effect in full swing. The Glock can't rust, man. It's made out of plastic. First of all, made out of polymer, not plastic. And second of all, that's just the frame. The slide is metal, so the slide can rust. Now, granted, this appears to have some rust on the lower frame, but it looks like there might be a pick rail there, and that would probably also be metal, so shut up. You literally don't know what you're talking about. You think that you do, you don't. such thing as an all-plastic gun. Plastic and explosions don't tend to go together well. Or are you unaware that plastic is molded by melting it? The back path, although we can't actually access the beginning of the level here. But we could see that, so we know that we're getting sort of close to our objective. Right. And disconcerting. Did I, like, crowbar and lamp? That is not my crowbar. I can crowbar and lamp. But I can't lamp for very long. So yeah, again, here is a spot where you really need the lamp, and I really haven't been saving it up much. So we gotta get through this area quickly, and then put the lamp down. I'll do about half my shells. Oh. Ask and ye shall receive. That's a sign of good game design, where it's like, man, I'm low on shells. You find shells because the designers knew that you'd be using shotgun or pistol or whatever in that particular point, and that you'd have used enough of it that you would need more. Now, it's a bit different, the logic or the reasoning if it's your first time through, because you're more likely to make mistakes. But if you're experienced and you still find yourself low on ammo or resources, could be a game design problem where they just didn't factor in the player's need or whatever properly. I don't know, I swear that modders and small indie studios are making better games now than the ones with all the money.
1, 2, 2, 1.
Well, there's no body here, so this isn't the source of the transmission. So, our gas can is in here. And we got an autosave, which should be immediately concerning. There's our gas tank. Now, what we can do... I think this is a door that opens. So that's a trip mine pipe bomb. It's another trip mine pipe bomb. We're going to need to not stand near those doors.
Looky here, boys. We've got ourselves a real live one. Let's get him!
That's a mutant master. And he's actually infighting. That's useful. Now we could just flip the switch and bail on this entire fight, but we do get ammo from him if we kill him. Or his weapon. We sadly don't get his weapon, though. I have ammo to deal with him. There we go. So here's our switch. Throw it, and we are out of here. Yay! Yep, only half the secrets.